The first 2 weeks of this month, we are working on wrestle-ups, and my class is working on wrestle-ups from the open guard. All right, Cal, can I grab it, please? So, as a reminder, for those of us that were here last week, what we were looking at last week is when our partner has a right leg lead, we are going to be on our right hip. As they're moving around us, we were jabbing, we were blocking them, and then when we were ready, we were switching our hands and using a behind the knee grip to pull ourselves up and looking to wrestle up on the near leg. And then when they denied that opportunity, then we switched and then we stood up on the opposite side and we did single on the opposite side, right? So that's what we were looking at last week, all right? So this week we're gonna look at a different situation, and it's gonna be a very, very common situation from the shin on shin position, all right? So, and wrestling up and going for shin on shin and leg entanglements works very well together, right? So we're gonna be here, same exact thing. Cal's gonna be in a stance. Exactly. So I'm gonna look to set up my shin on shin. So a very basic way is a lot of times as Cal tries to like push my shoulders or tries to do something, I'm gonna intercept. I'm gonna start to bring his wrist lower, and I'm gonna use my heels to pull myself in, and I'm going right behind his hamstring like this, right? And this is like a true shin on shin. If this leg is close to me, number one, I can a lot of times like even do a dummy sweep from here, or it's gonna be very easy for me to now a lot of times go into my single leg X guard, right? So what we're gonna talk about today is what's gonna happen when Cal blades this leg. Blading means he's gonna step it back. Exactly, like that. Where now he's in a bladed stance, and now I don't have access to that leg. Sam, you see that? So now it's gonna be very hard for me to start to fall. From here, if Cal does a squat, he can grab my shin on shin leg, he can go behind my back, and he can start to step out, and he can start to pass towards the side of the shin on shin. So this is like a really strong defense for him, right? Instead of like trying to pass my shin on shin, right? So when I see that, when I see that he blades this leg back, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hide this foot. I'm gonna bring this foot on the inside like this. So before my foot was here because I was falling to try to entangle his legs. This time I'm gonna hide my foot like this. Now look what I'm gonna do, guys. I'm gonna pummel my foot on the outside, and as I pummel it outside, I'm grabbing his heel. Okay, now I have a nice 2-on-1 on Cal. From here, I'm gonna use my left leg to build myself up, and I'm gonna stand up into a single leg on that same shin on shin side, okay? To finish, as a reminder, I'm gonna take a step forward, take a step back, shake his leg down, and I'm gonna cover Cal right away by going down immediately so that he doesn't stand himself back up, all right? So again, once more. So Cal's in front of me, I'm playing open guard. I see he has a right leg lead, right? Have like a little more right leg lead, Cal. Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna start to go in my stance. Cal's gonna move around me a little bit. I'm gonna start to move. As soon as he starts to try to push my shoulders or maybe clear this arm, I'm gonna intercept, bring his wrist away from me. I'm gonna use my heels to scooch myself in, and I'm going to my shin on shin. Again, in the perfect world, I'll be falling and I'll be entangling his legs. Cal is gonna blade this leg, all right? He's gonna step it back, denying me that opportunity, okay? I feel uncomfortable here already, as a lot of you will as well. So when I recognize that, I'm gonna number one, hide this leg, and now look how I'm gonna pummel my foot on the outside, and immediately I'm going to his heel. Guys, I have to lean and put a lot of weight onto his knee, even doing the best I can to strain this leg, to put weight onto that back leg so that I can stand up. Guys, it's very important that when you stand up as well, that you're moving your training partner around so that they don't gain stability. 1, 2, shake them down, covering right away, and now I have good passing opportunities as soon as I land on top. Cool? Any questions, guys? We're good to go? Let's give it a try. I'm playing my butterfly guard, and now my partner chooses a stance with the right leg lead. So I'm gonna look to mirror their stance, right? Guys, a lot of times when they're gonna start to cut across you, here, they're gonna start to try to get rid of this hand. They're gonna try to start to push you, trying to go around you, to flatten you out, etc., right? That's a lot of people's like game plan to pass a seated guard, right? So as Cal does that, he, let's say, clears my hand, he starts to push my shoulders. I'm gonna intercept, and now look, I'm using my feet to scooch myself in. Guys, some of us are going like really, really tight here, which is great, okay? But sometimes when this happens, all right, Cal's not even gonna choose to back up. He's gonna look to engage and open up his knee, and I'll start to dive in, and then now he's gonna start to let him disassemble his game. Now I'm gonna look to counter that, right? This one is a little bit looser, all right? So Mark, when he's pushing and I'm clearing the hand and I'm scooching in, there's a little bit of a distance between us, and now he blades this leg back, and I'm kind of like this position. I'm not so close to my training partner. By the way, if you're really good at single leg X, like sometimes even on a bladed leg, you'll be able to find it, right? But we're here assuming it's a little looser, he's stepping back a little bit, maybe even pushing your shoulder here to do a little separation. This is kind of what I'm talking about, right? Now there's space for my foot to come on the inside, and now I can pummel my leg on the outside, right? So because there's a little gap, I'm able to do it. Guys, immediately I need to lean on his foot, by driving off my left leg, and I'm pulling his heel in, all right? This gives me the ability to stand up, and as soon as I stand up, right away I'm connecting my hands. Guys, one thing that we can do is the hand that's closest to my training partner, the one that's in front of them, we can assist by blocking behind their knee. So I'm going 1, 2, and I'm blocking behind the knee, and a lot of times I circle on the inside, and I land on a nice HQ, and then I can use different passing options after that. All right, so for some of us that already got this, add that little hand, and it's gonna make it a little bit stronger to finish the takedown. Okay, so again, once more, Cal's in front of me. Maybe I capture his hand on my own accord, all right? I pulled myself in, I'm going, he blades. Pop, pop. All right, and now I can start to lift the pass from the top of it. Cool, so just a little bit looser. I think it's gonna help you to stand yourself up. All right, let's go check it out.